What's up, y'all? It's your girl Unique Legs, and today I'm gonna show y'all how I made this spaghetti. But first, subscribe.
I've been watching it up on the drone. Pull a cock and then aim at the dawn. Bust her right, I can never be wrong. I'ma fight for the love that we own. When we fucking, I never be alone. And I never go the same way home. When I slide, gotta switch on the route. Can't let them follow the snake to the house. I wish I could stop thugging for real. Leave the streets without me being killed.
Okay, this is everything I use: spaghetti noodles, smoked sausage, ground beef, tomato sauce in a can, bell peppers, the green one, onions, and mushrooms in a can. First, I put my spaghetti noodles in a baking pan, filled it up with water, and popped it in the oven. Y'all, try this. It is so good. Don't ask me why, but it cooks just the same way as it does on the stove. And then I cut up my sausages. As y'all can see at the bottom, the sausages had like the skin on it. I can't stand that skin. It's chewy. So off camera, I ended up peeling the skin off of it. It makes it so much easier to eat. Y'all, and if y'all try this, please comment. Comment what you like. Comment if you tried it and it was good. Or comment what I could have did better or differently. Yeah. But I'm using a butter knife because I'm clumsy. I can't cut. I'm not a chef. So I tend to cut my fingers sometimes. So I'd rather use a butter knife. And while y'all sitting here waiting on me to finish cutting up this sausage, why not subscribe, you know? You might actually like it. And if you do, like I said, please comment and come back and like the video. Tell me how it was and tell me if I did anything wrong or could have done anything better. Now I'm going to drop those sausages in a skillet and let it get heated up. Then I'm going to go get my bell pepper and cut that up and then add that to the pan as well. I don't eat the seeds inside of the bell pepper. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I don't. I just don't. So I cut those out and threw those away and only used the outside of the bell pepper. The ones that know, and the ones that get it, get it. So don't come for me. And if y'all think I did good on this video, comment and tell me that. If y'all want to see me cook more stuff, tell me, because your girl is a whole chef out here. I can't cut like one, but I can cook like one. And I got a lot of recipes that I love to share with y'all if y'all are willing to watch and are wanting to know some different recipes to try. Now, when I cut this bell pepper up, some were big, some were small. I kind of wanted that big, I like them big, and then I didn't want them too big because I wasn't the only one eating it. Me and my baby daddy was eating this one. I made 2 pans, a regular one for my kids with just noodles, tomato sauce, sugar, and hamburger meat. But for me and my man, I tried to make the real deal Italian style spaghetti. Yes, girlies, the Italian style. But once I got those cut up how I liked them, I just threw them in there with those sausages. And I didn't add butter because I wanted my sausages to get that burnt look on it. But I will add butter later, but not right now. I add it when I add the onions because the onions tend to cook very fast, but the bell peppers kind of take a little minute to tender up. And I don't like my bell peppers chewy, so I let this cook for a while. Once I dumped those in there, I came in with some regular salt, and then I had some garlic salt. You don't have to put too much, or you can put a lot. It's whatever you like and how you like it. But what they say, if you ain't sneezing, then it ain't seasoned. I can't even talk today. But yeah, if you ain't sneezing, then it ain't seasoned, fool. Then you're just going to stir it up real good. Get all that salt and stuff on everything. You want it on the sausage and the bell peppers. Then I know they sound crazy, but I went and got my mushrooms in a can and I only poured the juice on it. Not the mushrooms, just the juice. Just to give it that juiciness flavor, make it taste good, make it wet and moist because I didn't add any butter. So this is like the replacement of the butter until I add the butter. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But if you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to add it. You don't have to add the juice. You can just do the bell peppers and onions. Just make sure you add your butter before you even put the bell peppers and onions in. I did this because the mushrooms were juicy and it made it more flavorful. But like I said, what you don't eat, you can take from it and it'll still taste just as good as this did. And if y'all don't like bell peppers and onions, saute them. I promise you'll love them. Now I'm getting that onion out. I just got a baby one. Last time I got a big one and I kind of overdid it. And I'm just going to cut that out. Well, cut that up. I cut off both the ends. And I'm going to unravel that first layer. And then that black part, I don't know if it's rotten, but the rest of my onion wasn't this color. So I just took that out. And I just cut it off and then... yeah, everything was good. It wasn't rotten. It was just that one piece that threw me off. So I cut that off and threw it away. And they don't lie when they say onions have you crying. I normally don't eat onions, but lately it's been good in my food. So I was literally in there, eyes watery as ever, wanting to rub them, but I was scared that the onion juice might get in my eyes and actually make it worse. And then here's that piece that I was talking about. I just cut it off and threw it away and then ended up cutting it up. And it looked good as ever. And with my onions, I kind of tried to cut those up as small as I could because, like I said, I don't do onions unless they're sauteed. I can't stand them, actually, but they're so good sauteed. So don't knock it until you try it. I was one of those people that didn't like onions and bell peppers and couldn't stand it until I had them cooked, steamed, cooked well done, sauteed, whatever you want to call them, but they were cooked. And I couldn't even taste the rawness of the onion taste anymore. So yeah, try it. Now we're going to take it over and we're going to dump those onions in. And like I said, the onions are going to burn pretty fast. So once you see the browning of the pan, then you're going to want to add in your butter. But I added in all my onions and then I gave it a good stir. I came back in with more mushroom juice. It didn't show the can on camera, but that was the mushrooms that I poured inside. Not the mushrooms, just the juice once again. And then you're going to let that cook, and the onions are going to start burning. I don't know why, but the onions tend to burn and stick. Then I came in with my salt and my garlic salt once again to give it a little more seasoning. Just because I wanted mine to taste delicious. Don't knock me. You season your own food. Some like it salty, some don't. It's to your likings. Whatever you like, you do. I didn't measure it. I just did it. And remember I told y'all that the noodles were going to cook the same as it would on the stove? Yeah, check me out. They're just boiling just like it would on the stove. Now here's what I meant when I said the pan will start browning and the onions will start burning and sticking to the pan. That's when you add in your butter and you're going to start scraping all that up. You see how it's trying to come up a little bit? Yeah, that's where all that good flavor is coming from. That's where your sausages are gonna get burnt and your bell peppers and onions are gonna look so good. Then I came in and dropped my mushrooms in, and y'all, this did it. If you don't like mushrooms, don't knock it till you try it. You can always cut them down and make them smaller. It's good. If y'all think this is gonna turn out good, comment on it.
You said what, Trey? So I can bake on,
And
right?
y'all, as I'm stirring, y'all can already tell that it's juicy and it just looks so good and it's flavorful. If I'm lying, comment. If you think it was good, comment. I'm telling you, it was hitting. And like I said before, I'm making 2 pans. So I took those bell peppers, onions, mushrooms, and sausages, and I put it on a plate by itself just until I got done cooking the ground beef. My kids don't eat all the onions and bell peppers, so I didn't want to cook it with the ground beef. So I'm just separating this and putting it on a plate by itself. And you could set it aside or you could put it in the refrigerator. I put it in the refrigerator, kind of gave it like a marinating taste. It won't hurt anything, I promise. And y'all, look at that. It's already looking good. Comment if this looks good. Like, you could eat this by itself. My baby daddy tried it and he was just eating the bell peppers by themselves. I'm like, stop, you gonna eat them all. We ain't even gonna have nothing to go in the spaghetti. Dang. But yeah, comment if you think this already looks delicious.
Telling you, eating that really.
Then after that, I dropped my ground beef in the pan and just broke it down and tried to stir it up. And while I did all this, the owl that I'm cooking on, it was on medium or number 6, you can say. But it was on medium, not too high, not too low, just right.
What she say?
And I seasoned my ground beef with salt and garlic salt, the same thing I used for the bell peppers and onions. I gave it a good stir.
Man, you told
But
me you wanted
here's
ice.
these spaghetti noodles. They're done. Taking them out the oven and look at them. Y'all, I'm telling you, don't knock stuff until you try it. It's just like boiling it on the stove. It may be even better. But look at them. They are just as good and done as they could be. And then here's this ground beef. It's halfway done. As you can see, it's still kind of pink. I like mine to be crispy. So when that ground beef starts popping, that's when it's done. That's how I see it. I like mine to be burnt, and I like it to burn the pan. If it's not burning the pan and it's not popping, it's not done. I can't stand no chewy ground beef. I will gag and throw it up, literally. So make sure y'all ground beef is done before y'all go to putting it in them spaghettis. Because if you don't like spaghettis, or if your ground beef don't taste right, it's because you're not cooking the ground beef right, babies. Alright, and this is my ground beef. It's finally done. Now I'm about to get me 2 aluminum pans. Put them side by side. The reason why I got 2, because like I said before, my kids don't eat onions, bell peppers, and mushrooms or sausages in their spaghetti. I just make theirs regular. So I did 2 separate pans. One for my kids and one for me and my baby daddy. First, I put down my noodles in both pans. Y'all don't have to pay attention to the pan on the left. That's just the regular spaghetti. We saucing the real spaghetti up. This the real Italian spaghetti right here. So, yeah. Don't mind me taking a little minute. I was trying to scoop it up, but I was having a hard time. Make sure y'all use the right utensils. I was using this spoon, and this spoon did not want to pick the spaghetti up. They were sliding off like noodles, which they are noodles. So, duh, Lex, it's not going to work. Okay, then I went in with some tomato sauce in a can. It's basically spaghetti sauce in a can. Mine was flavored meat. They have different flavors like mushroom, triple cheese, but I got the one that says meat, and it's called pasta sauce, tomato pasta sauce. You can get the ones in the glass. Like I said, it's whatever you like. I get this one because it's cheaper. Yes, we shopping on a budget, boo. Then I put my ground beef in on top of that. And y'all remember those bell peppers and onions that I put in the refrigerator? There they go. Now, off camera, I separated them. I put the sausages on one plate, and I put the bell peppers and the onions and mushrooms on the other plate. Because I'm going to lay my sausages out on top like pepperonis. Don't worry, you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. But here they are, the sausages and bell peppers and onions. I'm just going to dump the bell pepper, onions, and mushrooms in the pan with the spaghetti noodles, the hamburger meat, and the tomato sauce. And then I'm going to give it a good stir. Now I'm going to give y'all a close-up and let y'all focus on only this good Italian spaghetti, okay? So I don't like dry spaghetti, so I will be adding more sauce. And comment if y'all use sugar in y'all spaghetti. I do. I love using sugar. You ain't gotta put too much, but I put just a good little amount. You know, they say that the tomato sauce gives you acid reflux, so the sugar will help reduce that. So that's why I put the sugar in it. And like I said, you don't have to use much, it's to your likings. Then you're gonna go back in with a lot of tomato sauce, one more can. I use 2 cans. And I use 2 cans because I can't stand dry food, especially pasta. My pasta has to be moist. So then I went to stirring that up really good. And you're basically just tossing and flipping just to make sure everything is coordinated together and everything is mixed well together. And then I'm going to come in with some shredded cheese, throw that in there, and I'm going to stir it up again really, really good. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but I did add a little more salt and garlic salt. But right here, I'm just patting it flat, smoothing it out. That way I can just have a flat, smooth surface. And I came back in with more shredded cheese. This time I'm just going to put it on top. To me, this is what makes it beautiful. I don't know why, but I love putting cheese on top of my spaghetti and baking it. Here's what I was talking about the sausages. I just layered them out like pepperonis on top of the cheese, on top of the spaghetti. And then after that, I came through with more cheese, just a little, not a lot. and parsley. And y'all, I went crazy with the parsley because I feel like parsley gives it color and it also makes it look very advertising. So yeah. Here's me going in with more cheese. And that red stuff dripping on top was more tomato sauce, but it wasn't much in there, so I just gave up and threw it away. Now this green stuff is parsley. To me, parsley doesn't have a flavor, but it does give that good hearty look. Very, very good looking look on food. I love parsley on my food. It makes it look good. It makes it look advertising. It just makes it look very delicious.
Look at that crib right there. Yeah, I might need y'all to. I send you one.
Now I'm taking it and just popping it in the oven. And you're going to put it in there for about 15 minutes or until the cheese starts melting. And after those 15 minutes are up, look at how this turned out, y'all. Y'all can't tell me this don't look good. And I'm sorry if the camera quality is kind of bad or the camera recording isn't that good. I had my man recording, y'all, and he didn't even put in the effort to get a good video. He just was holding the camera literally. Because I tried to get the cheese pulled, but nah, he didn't even get it.